guys, Fanatic here. I'm going to do a quick video on a couple of important safety items that I recommend anyone that's going to go on a road trip or just have in their car regardless. Got a lot of requests for this the last couple of months. I got a bunch of stuff here, a lot of stuff that I have in my car, and I got two particular items here that I'm actually giving to a contractor that's doing some work on my house. He ended up getting a flat this morning in his van, which is over there, and I pulled a nasty screw out, used my safety seal plug kit, plugged it up, and then we're going to try out this new compressor that I'm going to give him with the safety kit. These things I think are super mandatory to have because you can't rely on roadside assistance. You can't rely on GPS to come get you in the middle of nowhere. And there's going to be that one time where your cell phone is not going to have service and you're going to panic. So, I mean, you can pick this stuff up for $100. You could get pretty much anything here from the first aid kit, the safety seal plug kit, a really good set of cutting pliers to pull out screws and nails from your tire. And I'm just going to walk you through this. I'm going to grab the camera off the tripod. I'm going to show you everything here. Then we're going to do a quick test on the new small compact air compressor that you can throw in the trunk of your car. Those things are like 40, 50 bucks on online, including the safety kit. All right, guys, we're back. I got the camera in my hand, and I just want to show you a couple of things that I also throw into my safety seal kit. This is a professional grade kit. This is not the cheap stuff you're going to get in the auto parts store. This is what the tire repair shops in my area all use. This stuff is absolutely amazing. This kit alone is a freaking lifesaver. I usually put a razor blade, a brand new razor blade in the kit, and I also put a tire crayon, just because there's going to be a time where you don't have a floor jack and you're going to have to roll the car back and you want to know where your screw or nail is. You just circle it, and then you pretty much have a good point of view of as far as what you're going to do for your repair. So you can pick up the tire crayons, and then I just throw it in there as well. I also include a pair of nip picks. These are German cutting pliers. The reason I use these is because a lot of times, you guys can see here, this screw gets worn out over time, and you may not be able to get that out with a screwdriver. And sometimes the head gets completely worn out, and it looks like a roofing nail. And the only way you're really going to get it out is with a good pair of cutting pliers like this. I don't like the Chinese pliers just because the jaws tend to, they just don't last, especially if you're going to take out a hardened screw or something like that. Here I have a first aid kit. This is what I keep in my car. This is from Mercedes-Benz. A lot of my friends that work at Mercedes-Benz give these things to me, you know, over the counter. And these things are a must-have, and I'll just show you. You know, you have your Band-Aids, safety tape, gauze, you know, insect bite stuff, all kinds of stuff in there. So this is definitely worth having. Now, this is the mobility kit that came out of my Shelby GT350. This is not only just an air compressor, this has a fix-a-flat solution that you could actually choose between air or repair. I don't really like using this when you have a puncture on the side of the road. Get out there, pull out the screw, and fix it. Because if you use the inflator sealant, it's going to make a mess. They usually damage the TPMS sensors. And when you dismount the tire to do the permanent repair, the inside of the rim is trashed and the inside of the tire is trashed. It requires so much time to clean that up. It makes a huge mess. But like I said, it's good that the cars come with this. We don't really get spare tires anymore, and that's just a cost-cutting thing here. This is an aftermarket air compressor that I got here. Simple on and off switch. It hooks up to your 12-volt receptacle, and it also comes with a jumper cables that you can connect it right to your battery. This is pretty basic. I'm going to show you how this thing works in a minute. Very high quality, pretty affordable. There's really no excuse. If you have an older car that doesn't have one of these, spend the few bucks and get this in your car, because I'm telling you right now, like the guy that's at my house today, he doesn't have a jack. He doesn't even have a lug wrench to get his tire off the car to get it fixed. I'm like, you know what, good thing it happened in my driveway, that the tire deflated after the last couple of hours. So I already plugged it. We're going to fill it up here and get him back on the road so he can leave later on today. This is a safety kit, which is worth having. You know, you got some jumper cables here, some gloves, tie downs if you're going to get pulled out of a ditch. That makes sense. You know, this is good for nighttime so you don't get hit by other cars. Then you have a safety reflector kit to put on the outside, LED flashlight, and another pair of gloves and a nice carrying case. So, like I said, these are just things that you're not going to get from the new car manufacturers today, and it's so relatively affordable to just pick this stuff up, throw it inside the spare tire well, because we don't no longer have a spare tire, so there's plenty of room to stuff this stuff in there, and it's going to totally get you out of a jam. The last thing I'm going to talk about, a real atlas of the United States. You guys are going to be like, oh, what do we need this for? We have cell phones and GPS. Well, you know what? Personally, when I go on a road trip, I like to see a bigger map. I like to go through very easily rather than trying to zoom in and out on the screen or doing it on the small screen of your cell phone. This is a lifesaver. I never go anywhere out of state without it. And it's also great for whoever is going on your road trip with you, a friend or family member, just to kind of like, you know, you can reroute yourself quite easily. And there's going to be those times where the GPS is going to screw you up. And if you know how to read a map the way I do, this is going to save the day. So you really can't beat having any of these things in your car. I think they're mandatory. I mean, you know, we don't have spare tires today. Roadside assistance could be anywhere between 2 to 4 hours before they get to you. Spend a few bucks, have this stuff in your car. If you get stuck, don't panic. Pull over on the side of the road. You know, pull the nail or screw out of your tire, inflate it. If something happens, you got a safety kit here. You got the roadside kit. And if you get lost, you got a real road atlas. So I'm going to move the camera over to the van over here, and I'm going to show you how the compressor works, and I'm going to show you how I patched up that tire. All right, guys, here you can see the contractor that's doing some work on my house. He's got a nice flat, and I'm going to show you where it was. Okay, you see that right there? That's why you mark where the injury on the tire is. It just makes a lot of sense. And once the tire is inflated, I trim this back with the cutting pliers. And what happens is, as the tire gets warm, this patch vulcanizes itself to the rubber, and it forms a permanent repair. I've seen some cheaper patches where as soon as you inflate the tire, it blows right out. That's pretty much why I stick with the safety seal kits. These things are awesome. So I'm going to set the camera up on a small tripod, and we're going to connect that air compressor. We're going to see how it does to fill up this totally deflated tire. All right, guys, we're over at the minivan now, and I'm just getting everything ready. We're going to use the 12-volt receptacle inside the car to power it up. Now, this kit is pretty cool. It actually gives you a built-in gauge where you screw this onto the Schrader valve, as you can see here, and then you have a quick disconnect, just like this. Okay, so that's actually really convenient, so you don't have to actually hold it in position. And having the gauge on there really makes a lot of sense so you don't overinflate the tire. And like I show you here, you just screw it on until it bottoms itself out, and then you can rotate your gauge there. And then you have your power switch right over here on the side. So let's go plug this in. We're all hooked up. Now, the one good thing I like about this compressor here is that it does give you jumper cables to connect directly to the battery. I can't even tell you how many times the cigarette lighter and 12-volt receptacle in the cars do not work, especially on older cars. They blow fuses, they create electrical shorts, nobody fixes it, and then that one day when you actually need it, doesn't work. And if you only have a cigarette lighter adapter on your compressor, you're not going to be able to use it. So that's why this thing is really great right here. So I'm going to show you quick. This is the adapter. So you take the cigarette adapter, plugs into this receptacle, and then you just put these leads directly to your battery. So this right here is well worth purchasing one of these, just because you're not limited to using the 12-volt receptacle in your car, and there's a good chance that one day that might not work on your older cars. So here we go, let's give it a shot. Super quiet, this compressor. It's a lot quieter than the one from Ford and the one from Mercedes-Benz that I have in my other cars. And this tire is completely flat. So it's obvious it's going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to time-lapse this and come back when it's almost filled. so it took about 7 minutes to fully inflate this completely deflated tire that had a patch with the safety seal plug kit. And like I said, the thing's quiet. It's a lot quieter than a lot of the OEM ones that I've used. And like I was just showing the owner of the van, the contractor, Adrian, I really like this attachment here. And like I said, you probably could get a faster one, but you're probably going to pay 2 to 3 times more money. This thing is like 50 bucks on Amazon. I'm gifting it to him along with the safety kit because he goes on the road a lot down south to do renovation jobs. And like I said, the way we finish this off, so I'm just going to zoom in. So this is where I patched it, and then I take my cutters and I cut it flush with the tire thread, just like that. Okay? And like I said, once the tire warms up, this is all going to melt and vulcanize to the rubber, and now we have a permanent repair, so he's good to go. So like I said, I hope you guys like this quick video on roadside safety and some important stuff that I think you guys should keep in your cars, because I keep it in all of my cars. Even in my classic cars, I put little tool kits, but all of the cars have the safety seal kit, air compressor, first aid kit, and you know, always the road maps as well. That's just like a lifesaver because you don't have GPS in a vintage car. So hope you guys like this video. Any questions or comments, I'll have links to all of these products. You can pick them up on Amazon, and hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you soon.